All right, you guys, it's your boy back at y'all with another one, man. Let's get right down to business. So, there's an outbreak going on with the Washington Wizards. Now, the Washington Wizards' last game came against the Phoenix Suns, in which they came out victorious. One of the more impressive wins they had in the season. But now, they got an outbreak inside the Washington Wizards organization. They have like at least 5 players, or 5 people in the organization testing positive. Their game tonight against the Detroit Pistons is postponed, and that's their second straight scratch because they were supposed to have a game on Wednesday against the Utah Jazz that got postponed, and they're supposed to have a game on Sunday against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but it looks like that game might get postponed as well. Now, the NBA also postponed the game between the Atlanta Hawks and Phoenix Suns because of contact tracing within the organization. Phoenix last played Washington on Monday night. Now, hours later, the Suns' Friday game against the Golden State Warriors, because they're supposed to play Golden State tonight, that game's been postponed. Now, Tuesday morning, Wizards forward Rui Hachimura and center Mo Wagner entered the league's protocol, and the team canceled practice. Hours later, the Washington games Wednesday was announced that the game against Utah Jazz was postponed because of contact tracing. The Wizards would not have the 8 eligible players required to compete. The postponement on Wednesday had reflected the league's recent tightening when it comes to protocols. Although each case is different, the 76ers played a game against Denver Nuggets less than a week ago when they had 4 players ineligible because of NBA health and safety protocols and others out with injuries, leaving them with the requisite 8 players only in technical terms. Now, Philadelphia coach Doc Rivers had to make Mike Scott, who is recovering from a knee injury, active to field a roster, then question whether his team should be playing at all. Now, Hachimura and Wagner were not the first Wizards players to enter the league's health and safety protocols. Remember, Bradley Beal, he was not permitted to play in the game last weekend against Miami because of contact tracing following the game against the Boston Celtics last Friday. Now, after the game, Beal interacted with longtime friend Jason Tatum, who had tested positive the following day. Now, Tatum was not the only player to enter protocols after the game against the Wizards. KD entered quarantine one day after the Wizards played at Brooklyn on January 3rd. Now, the Sixers has a positive test the day after the Wizards played in Philadelphia on January 6th. And then the next day, the Wizards beat Miami at Capital One Arena on a Saturday. A Heat player returned an inconclusive test. Now, this is coming from Anna Waller. She's the beat writer for the Wizards. She's covered them since 2015. Now, this is a situation we're going to have to monitor because if this keeps up, they're going to have to suspend play because you got to, at this point, are we really caring about the health and safety of the players just for everybody's entertainment, right? There's no telling when the Wizards gonna play the next game. No telling. Like I said before, the game against Detroit tonight's gonna get postponed, and chances are they got their game against Cleveland's gonna get postponed, and then they're supposed to have another game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, depending on how that plays out, they might can get that game in. But yeah, Harrison G24, they out there passing that shit like there's no tomorrow. What's up, Luda Rider? Salute to Luda Rider Sports in the building. That also comes into question, right? How would this team look after this long layoff? Because You can't have any practices, right? Any meetings that they do hold will be remotely, right? And then on top of that, you got Russell Westbrook that's going to be out for a month with an injury. Now, if this keeps up, I can see the league taking drastic measures and all that. But, they've already going on drastic measures by telling people they got to wear a mask while they're on the court. While they're sitting on the bench. Basically, if they're not actually playing in the game, they got to have their mask on. All this fist bumping and interacting during the course of the game, yeah, that's going to have to come to a stop too. But what's up, Mr. Padger? Salute. So we're just going to have to see what happens with this, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Washington Wizards right now, man, they're in a bad state. There ain't no telling who else got this shit. Just all kinds of issues going on in DC. If it ain't the outbreak on the Washington Wizards, they trying to break down democracy as we in the goddamn on Capitol. So there's all kinds of issues going on in DC right now. Hopefully they can get it together so they'll allow them to get back on the court. Because right now, they're 3-8 in the Eastern Conference. Things not looking good for them right now on the court, and now they got a serious problem off the court when it comes to this virus. So I hope and pray everyone stays safe out there. If you're in the DC area, avoid DC at all costs. All right. If you live out in DC or you live out in the DC area or whatnot, man, avoid downtown, man. It's gonna get crazy for the next for the next week or so. All kinds of crazy stuff's gonna go down. But as far as the Washington Wizards go, man, look, they got to find a way to they got to get back on the court for one, and for two, Scott Brooks got to turn around, man, because Scott Brooks is on a hot seat. Oh, you in the DMV? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I know. They got DC's on high alert right now. Yep. And KB, don't come in with that bullshit now. You know what I'm saying? I am not a Wizards fan. So, don't bring your ass in with that bullshit. Oh, what's good? Salute to the homie, C Hill, in the building. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man, for coming up in here today, man. Really do. Really do, C Hill. Hey, C Hill, you got an email address? I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up behind the scenes. What's going on, Gideon? But yeah, the Washington Wizards, man, they got an outbreak in the they got an outbreak on the team. I put this link in the chat. You guys want to come in and tell me what you guys think about this real quick? Cause this is man, this is insane what's going on. That would explain why the league put out those more stringent protocols and all that. Now you got a lot of guys in the NBA having a problem with this. But hey, but then again, there's other guys that want to, they'll do whatever they gotta do to stay safe, man. Hey, Jeffrey Weaver, salute, man. All right, I'll follow you on IG. What's your IG username? And I'll follow you there. Not only that, let's not overlook the fact that Thomas Bryant was out for the season with a torn Achilles. So I mean, the Washington Wizards got all kinds of issues, man, and this is even worse. Now we got this going on. You got an outbreak. You got Russell Westbrook with a torn, he got an injury, and then got dang on Thomas Bryant tore his Achilles, man. I mean, this team is in a sad state of affairs right now. Would you go on all this, Lou?
It's crazy, man. Like, I knew when all those crazy people was out there at the Capitol, there's going to be another outbreak in Washington, D.C. And who knows how many people working the Wizard front office were down there at the Capitol going crazy. And plus, don't forget about these crazy videos talking about they going to war on the 20th, man. Like, everything crazy in D.C. Like, you be careful, man, because ain't you down around that area?
Yeah, I live in that area, yeah. Yeah, but you ain't gotta worry about me, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can't get the Rona. So I mean, yeah, there's white
Hey,
supremacists,
LB, man. More about the virus right now, man. These crazies are out here acting like they want to go to war, man.
Man, I ain't worried about them Bammers, man. I'm worried about catching that Rona. That's what I'm worried about, yo. I ain't worried about them Bammers. Them Bammers don't put no fear in my heart. It's that Rona.
Hey, be honest with you, LB, maybe the Wizards being off for the next couple of games gonna be probably good for them because they haven't been playing well this whole season anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true too. They have been playing like trash. Their defense has been abysmal, but still though, I mean, with no practices, I mean, all your meetings gonna have to be remote. I just don't see how they can get this, how they gonna turn this around. And Scott Brooks is on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if they fire him this week.
No, I don't think he's gonna get fired this week. I don't think they're gonna fire him this week. But if the team continues to struggle, I mean, because they just came off that blowout win against Phoenix. So with that, I don't see them. I don't see them letting them go off of that. But if they continue to struggle, they don't put these wins together, then yeah, he is gonna get canned.
Like the way the team right now wasn't probably guaranteed for them to go to the playoffs, man.
Hey, shout out to Carla Jenkins in the building, man. Good to see you. Yeah, but now we think about it, whatever like that, right? Now they would have had a lot more. The problem with doing the bubble, whatever like that, I don't know how many players would actually commit to a bubble, whatever like that. Now, if it was me, this is how I would do it, right? So you have a bubble environment in two cities, right? You have it, and you have one Orlando or wherever. You have one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, right? But since you got all the Eastern Conference teams, I would either have it either in Orlando or in New York. In the Western Conference, I would either have it in Vegas or in New York, in LA. So you can mix it up between those four cities right there. However you want to do it, right? That way you cut down on population, and stuff like that, right? They can actually make this work, right? And then, then you will really limit the travel because the teams that's on the East Coast, they will, you will have it the way you have strictly East Coast versus Western, Eastern Conference versus Western Conference teams. You bring down the 72 game schedule. Maybe you play like a 41 game schedule or something like that. Now I understand, that might be a problem for a lot of people because we're talking money, now we're talking contracts, we're talking about like who's going to carry the games. There's a whole domino effect that 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 can that can rear its ugly head when it comes to these teams and these players and salary and all that type of stuff. So I mean, it's like, man,
The way you want to know what's surprising to me, LB man.
what's that?
I'm afraid they didn't come up one some type of way where you can have like holograms of people at the games and just have the players there.
Well, it's the same thing they did when they were down or in Disney when they had like the virtual fan and all that.
Now I'm talking about a hologram, like a real life hologram where people actually sitting in the seat, but they like put this little girl on their head, but they have to pay like a ticket price, and they can just virtually be there like a hologram.
Man, I don't know about all that, bro. That's some next level artificial intelligence type shit, man. I don't know about all that right now. But
Hey,
I
they
mean,
probably they probably
yeah, if
building
they got a
they probably
man that
doing
could
something
walk
like
on the
that right
moon,
now.
if a man could walk on the moon, anything's possible, right? But yeah, man. So now, now, so we gotta do. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as like the Wizards go. Now, there's been no word on how these games gonna be made up, if these games gonna be made up or whatever like that. I think that's
Be
why.
honest with you, LB, I'm surprised the NBA players ain't going on strike right now because of what Jackie McMillan said.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother topic. That right there is a whole nother topic. But while as far as like the schedule go, there's no word about how these games gonna get made up, if these games gonna get made up. I think that's why they have two dates, right? Now, if you remember, they got the sometime in March is when the end of the first set of games gonna be played, right? So
Yeah,
I wonder if they're going to have a period of time within that 2 weeks, a month, or however long they're gonna have before they start the second set of the second part of the regular season, is that when these games are going to get made up. Because right now the Wizards, they got like 3 games they got to make up. Game against the Jazz, tonight's game against the Pistons, and then Sunday's game more than likely against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
they better like they trying to get. I think they still trying to get the season over with because ain't the guy playing the Olympic game too in Tokyo?
But there's no guarantee that the Olympics will go down in Tokyo. For all intents and I know they planned it for the summertime or whatever like that, but ain't no guarantee that's going to happen. For all we know, that thing might get canceled. We just don't know.
Hey, the way they keep showing no commercials, they gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah,
Cause they
but
it's
that's
like you can't do the game because you normally have a ceremony before the game starts, and plus you have that little guy running around the world with the torch. Like,
I mean, yeah, there's all that pomp and circumstance or whatever like that. But hey, if it gets too bad, we just don't know what these countries gonna do. It's not like the United States. We try to push on through and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, we just don't know. We just don't know what these countries gonna do. For all we know, Japan might go into lockdown, and we won't get no Olympics or whatever like that. So I mean, yeah, the possibility's there, but that's gonna have to, man. That's gonna take a whole lot of planning, coordinating, contact tracing. Because you're asking a whole litany of other countries, right? That may not be as stringent and may not be as disciplined as or whatnot, and then now you having those people come in, and next thing you know, they, in the Olympic Village passing that Rona amongst each other. So I mean,
Unless they do a bubble situation when everybody comes there, where you go in this bubble, you don't come out no matter what.
I mean, yeah, I can see something like that. If they do go in and they test them and all, they're probably gonna get tested like every day, or like every, not, I don't know, but every day. But they might get tested like every 2 days or something like that. And if you violate protocol, then yeah, you get kicked out. You can't come back. I can see them doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can see them being that kind of stringent. But even then, that kind of dynamic will have to apply to all the cooks, the hotel management, the people that's gonna be cleaning the rooms, all that stuff, right? But then they're gonna have to stay there if they really want to control the spread or whatever like that. Obviously they're gonna have to. And this gonna take a lot. I could they
Oh,
let
I
this
got
go
some
down?
breaking news, LB.
What's that?
Kyrie Irving's coming back on Saturday.
Okay, that's great. That's great. It's good for Kyrie. I'm
That
happy
what
for him.
Aiden, that what the dude on ESPN said. Adrian Wojnarowski, he come back on Saturday, but he gonna have to fork over like some salary because he missed 5 games.
Okay, that's great. We'll get to see the Brooklyn Nets, and we'll get to see them. How they perform
We get to
together
see
for the first time.
the bed free for the first time on Saturday.
Yeah. So and but as far as like the Washington Wizards go, man, I hope everybody stays safe out there, man. Because if not, this thing gets out of control, man. Ain't no telling. You know, ain't no telling what might happen when it comes to this. But all right, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm about to get up out of
All
here.
right,
I'm gonna come back later on. We're gonna talk some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? If
all
you
right,
have not
LB.
subscribed
I'm
to this
probably
channel,
back on tick and argue with these fools.
all right, yeah, you go ahead and do what you do, homie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure you go. If you have not subscribed to Luda Rider Sports, subscribe to Luda Rider Sports channel. Right? He's a staunch supporter of this channel, and I'm gonna make sure he get the recognition he deserves, man. You know what I'm saying? He put in a lot of work. He got a really good channel, so let's support each other. All right. Now, how about like I said, I gotta get up out of here. If you have not subscribed to this channel, smash the like, hit the subscribe. This your boy. Scream at me. Hey!